letters. And that means we're friends for life. Wow, the room looks totally different from up here. Let me get my sidekick together and we will get started. Sit. Come boy, down. It's like I need my 5 minutes of food too. I don't know if I can go after Mr. Bob. That's a hard act to follow. But I will try my best. Wow, what a great time to be back in person. You know, it's funny looking at people and not having a little box around them. I don't know if I can get used to that again. But as I was sitting there listening to Bob, I'm like, I don't know if I want to use my notes or just come off the cuff. So I'm going to roll the dice tonight. Because I believe no matter how many notes I write, I end up not using them anyway, because the real story is in the heart of the people. And as Bob was talking, I was sitting there and I was thinking, my story is nowhere near as long as Bob's, at least not yet anyway. But it is because of the people that came before me that led the way for me to sit here with all the lights in my face to share my story with you. I was going to get up here and talk about my Lynn journey, which I will touch on briefly. When I started my Lynn journey, we had no idea that this thing called a pandemic would come. When I first got the opportunity to even get involved with Lynn, I was asked to kind of come into the Lynn program and evaluate it to see how we could include people with disabilities and create a self-advocacy discipline. So I remember getting on the paratransit bus, traveling many hours to the UD campus to sit in a classroom to listen to one of the didactics. And I'm sitting there with my evaluation hat on and I'm thinking to myself, there's not much change we need to make except open the door. We don't want you to give us a whole different curriculum. We want the opportunity to learn what's on the table. So I began to put together my thoughts and all of that jazz, and I followed up with a meeting, and not thinking to myself that later on will lead to me joining the team as a faculty member. I went to my Lynn cohort, and my final project was to look at social technology and how it can impact social isolation. We often talk about communication, and from the sense of being able to communicate with one another or giving someone a voice. But as I began to look at social isolation and what that meant, I realized really, really quickly that communication is not just talking. Along with communication must come action. I remember as a little boy sitting in a one-bedroom apartment, realizing that after school I was going to go home and sit in my one-bedroom apartment and wait till the next day for school to come, because I felt like when school came, that was my moment to be alive. Why? Why is school the moment that I feel like I'm alive. One, because I'm around people who I think understand me. They might not fully understand me, but I know there's no judgment. I remember fast forwarding as I got older, I met a lady by the name of Tracy Bambara. And Tracy, unfortunately, is not here with me tonight, but I share this story about Tracy because Tracy introduced me to assistive technology. And assistive technology changed my entire life. And when I say life, I mean my entire life. From being able to sit in a classroom with my peers and be able to receive a diploma, down to being able to write love letters to girls that I was interested in. Not realizing that years later, that assistive technology I would use to write my vows, which I am going on my 14th year of marriage. So when we talk about inclusiveness, I want to leave you with this, because when we talk about inclusiveness, it is more than just giving someone a position or asking them to participate because they have a disability. We have got to get away from checking the box. I don't know the job. I don't know the job. But I feel like I done already checked enough boxes. So I'll leave you with this. We must, now, I will not tell you before I leave tonight, don't think outside the box. Throw the box away. Thank you.